Hello, everybody. Welcome to Townsend 505, or welcome back if you're a lovely viewer. My name is Nicholas. Uh, starring in my starring today as my guest is Scott from Sound Lab Studios, uh, Jacob Martin from the famous Jacob Martin. Uh,
Brought to you by Cookout.
yes, we are totally sponsored. We're making millions right now. Not really. Yep, we're selling out. The Townsend 505 sellout. Um, we're reviewing this album right here, December Children, and everybody's. Uh, anything you guys want to say or mention before we start reviewing this album?
Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna be the unpopular opinion of the group, but I thought this one was a little bit of a step down compared to how great the last two albums were. I still think it's better than the debut, but I don't think this one was near as cohesive as the previous album.
Hmm.
This is probably going to be one of our most polarizing episodes in the Stones because I actually like this album, but
Okay.
I'll save most of my thoughts for the review.
I'm sort of the middle ground here. I'm sort of on Jacob's side, but I'm also on Scott's side. So this is more going to be Scott defending this album and Jacob not hating on this album,
No.
but sort of like
It's more of
it's
a
going to be very
it's
gonna be
more of
very
a disappointing album, I would say.
it's going to be a divisive album. Don't worry, we're gonna have quite a bit of divisive albums in the future with me involved.
Exile on it.
Okay. Well,
There's gonna be quite a bit.
well, then again, you weren't the biggest fan of With the Beatles, so
Yeah, but the Beatles just isn't that great of an album.
Well, first song on the album is a cover. She Said Yeah.
I love this song. I like the heavy guitar tone. I like the down da da dee da down down da da dee da down. Said yeah, said yeah. I like this album is very powerful. Is that a good word to describe it? Raw and powerful. Is what I would say to describe a lot of the songs.
yeah, I thought this was a pretty weak album opener. Personally, I've listened to the album twice, and both times I thought this song was kind of lame, to be honest. Like she said, yeah, she said, yeah. Usually, if the word "yeah" is part of the song's title, I think it's a pretty lazy excuse to sell a song. Personally, so if that's like your main hook, it kind of takes me out of it. So I don't know if the original version's better or not, but I just thought it was, especially compared to how great a lot of the songs were on Out of Our Heads, I thought this was a poor start to the album.
That sucks. This was the UK opener. It's Out of Our Heads, so
Oh, okay. Well, I think the U.S. opening was better with Mercy Mercy.
yeah.
Love that song.
I disagree. I think this is their strongest opener yet of all their songs. I love the energy. I love the great hook. Yeah, this is one I actually really strongly disagree on. I love this track. Next song on the album is "Talking About You."
So I like this song, but I can see where it's kind of like a discount Mercy Mercy. I still like the song though.
Yeah. I liked it a little better than Mercy Mercy, but I still think it's kind of a disposable track. It's one that just kind of came in one ear and out the other. I don't really have much to say on this one.
I think this is one of their weaker covers on this album. Uh, I prefer the Hollies version actually because it's a lot more faster paced. I will say vocally I do prefer the Stones version, but I much prefer the Hollies version for that aspect of the fastness. Yeah, it's okay. This was also in the UK, Out of Our Heads. Next song on the album is "You Better Move On."
I really like this one as well. I like the kind of the ballad. Like this album has a lot of ballad feeling songs on it. I like the acoustic guitar playing, possibly by Keith Richards. I don't know who's playing it, but I'm guessing that's who plays it. And I love the part where it goes like ba 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 da. You gotta move on.
Yeah, I think this one was the first good song on the album. I wouldn't put it in top tier Rolling Stones. I think there's better songs on some of the other Stones albums we've covered, but it's not bad. I do like the hook. You got to move on. I think there's a good narrative behind the song that I respect. I think lyrically they've covered this. I think better in some of their other songs, but it's not bad.
This was the song I was talking about before. That it was the Arthur Alexander cover because the Beatles did it on their first album with Anna Go to Him, and now it's this song with You Better Move On. So this is, I don't think it's as good as Anna, but I think this is a great song. The Hollies also did this song, and I think this version is way better than the Hollies version. The Hollies version is bad.
Oh wow, that's
Uh,
saying something considering the Hollies is one of your favorite bands.
Yeah,
But the Stones are too.
yeah. Oh yeah, both bands are top tier for me. Next song on the album, "Look What You've Done."
So this is probably my least favorite real song on the album. We're not gonna count the two live ones. But it's still all right.
I'm kind of hit and miss on this song because yeah, it is very catchy. I like that it's blues based. I like the harmonica on it, but I think the main lyric of the song is a little more on the annoying side because it's like, "Look what you done, look what you done, look what you done." I'm like, it's another one that's I think a little on the lackluster side, but I still think it's better than half the covers on the first album. So I'll give it that.
I think this is a pretty good song. It's not a song I really go back to that often, but when I do listen to it, I actually really enjoy it. But it's not a song that I actively seek out when I listen to the Stones. Next song on the album, "The Singer, Not the Song."
Now we're getting to the really good stuff. Other than what's next. But this song is amazing. I really like the guitar playing on this one, even though some of the guitars are a little out of tune, but I think that adds to the atmosphere of the song. I really like Mick Jagger's vocals on this one. Very catchy. It's a pretty good song.
I'm actually going to agree with Scott here. I think this is one of the better songs on the album. Great production behind it. Really good atmosphere. I think this one. I think this is one of the original. Yeah, this is one of the original songs.
Just the first.
The first of the original songs, and I think by the time I got this album, I'm like, okay, we're back to good quality again, almost on the level as Out of Our Heads. I thought this was a pretty good song as a whole.
I think the song's amazing. Very catchy. Very. It's a song that gets stuck in your head as soon as you listen. It's the singer, not the song. Bum 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 bum. It's the singer, not the song. It's a great song.
And I don't think they were doing this on purpose, but there are parts of this song that definitely kind of remind me of "Not a Second Time" by the Beatles. I'm not saying the Stones were copying the Beatles. It's just I hear some similarities. Guitar solo.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Side one closes out on Route 66, the live version.
Oh boy. Well, we've already heard this song before, and now there's screaming girls in the background.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add. To me, the worst thing Out of Our Heads did was the one live track. This album has two, so I think that holds it against it. And I think what's worse is the live track that they used was a song that we had previously heard before on a previous studio album that wasn't the best. Now, to be fair, I didn't mind the Stones cover of Route 66. I thought it was solid, one of the better songs on that album. But just hearing kind of like the same song in a poorly mixed live version with the Screaming Girls, yeah, it didn't do anything for me.
It's filler. Next song on the album is "Get Off of My Cloud."
Yes. Okay, so this was the follow up to "I Can't Get No Satisfaction." Apparently, whenever they wrote this song, they were like the record executives were hounding Mick Jagger and Keith Richards about you got to make your next big hit single, and like they're like, oh man, will these just people just get off of our cloud? Hey, we could make a song about that, and then they made "Get Off of My Cloud." But man, I love this song. I like the drumming at the beginning. Charlie Watts' drumming is really great, and then you got that harmonica, and the chorus is just extremely catchy. Hey, you get off of my cloud. Hey, you get off of my cloud. Really, really good song on this album.
Yeah, this is one of the few songs I had heard before prior to listening to this album. Obviously, this is one of their big hits. Actually, I did not know about the backstory behind this song. It makes me love the song even more. Knowing the backstory is kind of funny how that's the case. One of their most singable choruses, the "Hey, you, get off of my cloud. Hey, you." Just Mick Jagger just having so much fun singing this song from the verses to the chorus. Again, great guitar work on the song. Excellent percussion. I thought this would be my favorite song on the album, but we'll get to another one that I think I love even more. But I think in an otherwise not so great album, I'll just say right now the singles on this album are really good.
Yeah, the song's amazing. I don't really have too much to add because you guys already said it already. Yeah, this is amazing. It has that like sort of Phil Spector sort of.
Yeah, I can see that.
Free.
Oh, Nick Freeze?
I think Nick froze.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so
Oh,
Oh,
what?
there's two Nicks. What the heck happened?
like my thing cap has a tendency to like kick me out every once in a while.
Oh, okay. It was trippy seeing two of you. Like,
Well, it's February's children, not February's child.
Well, I'm gonna say this. It has like that really good Phil Spector sound to it with the drums and everything. It's really cool. It's a really cool song. So very good song. Next song on the album, "I'm Free."
This one is also very good. Again, like they're coming up with these hooks that get stuck when you're like, I'm free, I do what I want. I don't like it as much as Get Off of My Cloud, or not as much as the singer, not the song either. This is one of the originals.
Yeah, this is an original.
Probably my least favorite original at the moment of the ones we've encountered so far, but all the other ones have been like really, really good.
Yeah, so this is one I didn't recognize it from the title, but I have actually heard the song before. I think I had heard it in an ad for a movie somewhere. I can't tell you which one off the top of my head, or it might have been in a movie. I don't remember. But yeah, I will say this: it is a catchy song. It's fun singing. I'm free to do what I want. the way Mick Jagger sings it. I don't think it's an amazing song or anything, but considering I don't think this is a top tier album, this is probably still in my top 5 songs from the album because of the catchy factor it has.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I think the song's amazing. This is my second favorite off the album. This is funny enough. This is the closer to the UK version of Out of Our Heads.
Oh wow.
Really?
It works better as a middle track than a closer. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I prefer Give Me One More Time from the US Out of Our Heads.
but yeah, that's my thoughts on that track. Next song on the album, As Tears Go By.
Okay, so there was a stream that I watched that was a Beatles versus Rolling Stones stream. And there were 2 songs on that stream that made me want to check out the Rolling Stones more. One of them was this song, and the other one was Ruby Tuesday, because I thought, there's no way the Rolling Stones do songs like this. I thought that was just like 3 chords, and we're going to just like get up and go, like Start Me Up, which is also an amazing song, but I had no idea they did stuff like this. So it made me want to check them out. This song is insanely good. I love the guitar playing on there, the string section. Mick Jagger's vocals are very good because usually Mick Jagger's like but it very like restrained on this one. And the story behind this song is actually really interesting. Mick Jagger was dating another singer, Marianne Faithfull, and Mick Jagger and Keith Richards wrote this song in 1964 and gave it to her to record, and she had recorded her version of the song. And then they thought, you know what, why don't we record our own version of the song as well? So this is the Rolling Stones version, which I like. I've listened to both of them, and I definitely prefer the Rolling Stones version. It's more slower and more, I don't know, almost thoughtful, I guess. And I like the way that Mick Jagger sings this song. With this song is just absolutely amazing.
All right. So this is one I actually thought I had never heard this song before, but then I heard it, I'm like, okay, I have heard this song once or twice. I don't know why I didn't think much of it when I originally heard it, but hearing it in context on the album, I'm just going to come out and say it. This is the best song on the album. I think this is what the Stones previously achieved with Play With Fire on the previous album. And I actually think they did a better song with this album. I think Mick Jagger, I don't think I've ever seen him sing this emotionally before compared to some of the other Stones, which are Stone songs, which are a bit more rocking. So it's cool that Mick Jagger can pull off a song like this. And just the production wise, it's just beautiful to listen to. The string section, especially in the middle, is excellent. I would say this is another great ballad from the Rolling Stones, and on an album that's not really my favorite, it's great that a ballad is the best song on this album. It's good seeing, I guess, the more sensitive side of the Rolling Stones. I greatly appreciated this song.
They do another one on the next album too, Lady
Yeah.
Jane.
yeah, that's why I made a UK. Not UK. This is why I made a Out of Our Heads Nick cut because has all 12 originals from these 2 albums. This is incredible, though. This is beautiful. As of right now, like in terms of their best songs, Younger Assistant Wesley, Younger Assistant Promotion Man, and As Tears Go By, they're like neck and neck for being my favorite song by them so far. Like as we're going on right now, so there's that. So this is great, though. I love the ballad of it. It's incredible. Next song on the album, Gotta Get Away.
This song has been an earworm for me the last few days. I just randomly just go, got to get away, got to get away, gotta get away. I can't get that part out of my head. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. Actually, is this a cover?
Original.
good.
All
Because
five of the songs besides the live cut is all originals.
just like Out of Our Heads, the B side is so much better than the A side of this record. Yeah, Gotta Get Away is amazing.
I thought the song was all right. It's probably my least favorite of the original tracks on the album. Not that it's bad. The chorus is really catchy. The one thing that really stood out to me is that gotta get away. But I think there's much better songs on this album, and this one, it's better than some of the weakest tracks, but it's probably middle of the road in the song ranking.
I personally really enjoy the song. Really good stuff. It's definitely one of my favorites. Next song on the album, Blue Turns to Gray.
Another great song. This one is really good as well.
Yeah, this is another one of my favorite songs on the album. I love the harmonies on this track are actually really good. I love it when they go blue turns to gray. Really good sound that it has. Some great production behind it as well. I would put this in my top 5 from the album.
You know what's funny is this one kind of sounds somewhat like the Birds almost.
It does. It does sound like the Birds.
Yeah, I didn't think of that comparison at the time, but I can see it now. Just thinking about it.
I wonder what would happen if the Birds did a cover of this song.
Probably be like a B-side or something. I can't see them doing a really good cover of this song. I think this is a pretty good song on the album. Probably my least favorite off of side 2 besides the obvious one. Next song on the album, I'm Moving On.
Which is exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so my top 5 songs on this album.
I do have something I do want to share because I have actually heard the original version of this song. This is a cover of a country song by an artist named Hank Snow. And the original I'm Moving On is a really catchy song. I do like it a lot. The Stones cover, on the other hand, sucks. This is the worst song on the album by a long shot. Actually, the 2 live tracks are the 2 worst songs. I don't get why they're on this album. They're out of place. And again, the screaming girls kill this song and the other one. And the mixing is bad. There was one thing I noticed. There's this one part where one of the members of the Rolling Stones in the backup goes, "You keep moving, you keep moving." I'm like, is that where Steven Tyler got that one line from the song Ragdoll where he's like, "Keep on moving, keep on moving"? Because every time I kept hearing that, I kept thinking of a better Aerosmith song. But yeah, I didn't care for this. This version sucked.
Yeah, no. It's not hats off. It's not hats off to Roy Harper level bad, but it's pretty bad.
It's still a poor way to close the album. I'd rather it be Blue Turns to Gray.
Yeah, that would have been a great album closer.
Filler track number 2. What is your top 5 songs?
Number 1, the best song on the album is As Tears Go By. That song is amazing. Number 2 is Hey, You, Get Off of My Cloud. Ooh, now for the tricky ones. Number 3 is The Singer Not the Song. Number 4 is Gotta Get Away. And number 5, Blue Turns to Gray.
I actually do have a top 5. Number 5 is I'm Free. Number 4, The Singer Not the Song. Number 3, Blue Turns to Gray. Number 2, Get Off My Cloud. And number 1, As Tears Go By.
Okay. My number 5 is going to be Gotta Get Away. My number 4 is going to be Blue Turn to Gray. My number 3 is going to be Get Off My Cloud. My number 2 is I'm Free. And my favorite song of the album is going to be a trifecta. As Tears Go By.
Nice.
All right. All right.
What is
All right.
had a feeling we were all going to agree on that song. I'm like, yeah, we're all going to agree on this. I remember Scott being like, well, get off my cloud. I'm like, nah.
I just had to listen to the album again.
Yeah, well,
That song is amazing.
I think we could all agree on the dishonorable mentions, the 2 live tracks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Honorable tracks, I'd say You Better Move On, She Said Yeah, and The Singer, Not the Song.
I would say You Better Move On would have been my number 6 if I had another honorable mention. Even though it's just a middle of the road song, probably Gotta Get Away.
You Better Move On is going to be my honorable mention, and I'm Free as well.
So, Scott, what would you rate it from 1 through 10?
Okay, so I've been debating on whether I like this or Out of Our Heads better. After rethinking about the 2 live songs, I'm going to have to put this slightly under Out of Our Heads, which means I'm going to have to give it an 8.25.
All right. So if you remember on the last review, I gave Out of Our Heads a 9 out of 10. I think it's a great album. It's still my favorite album we've covered so far. This is, like I said at the beginning, I do think this is a big step down from Out of Our Heads. There's some good songs on here. There's some great singles. But I think as a whole, there's a lot of mediocre songs on this album. 2 really bad songs on this album, especially the live tracks. If I had to compare this to another project, I would say this is like With the Beatles for me. Like there's highlights, but there's stuff that really bring this album down. But because the singles are really good for the strength of the singles, I'll give this a 6 out of 10.
Okay. I like this better than With the Beatles, and the Beatles are my favorite band.
Which, to be fair, I gave With the Beatles a 6 out of 10 as well. So they're pretty comparable albums.
Well, as I would famously say, every album's a 10 out of 10 until proven otherwise. So to start things off, it's a 10 out of 10 album. Go now to factor everything in. 2 live songs. That automatically bumps it down 2 points. That's 2 points right there.
1 for each one.
What's that? Yeah, 1 for each one. It's just bad live cuts. If it was just all right cuts, I'd give it 0.5, but that. And I'm gonna knock it down 0.25 just for the fact that the originals are so much better than the covers. So giving it a 7.75 out of 10. Because I'm actually going to say it. I actually prefer 12 by 5 now and Out of Our Heads.
Oh. Okay, so I'm the one who likes this album the most.
Yeah, like I said, I'm in the middle of you guys, so.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had to rank the 5 albums real fast right now it would be England's Newest Cover Band at the bottom, for Children, then 12 by 5, then Now, and then number 1 Out of Our Heads.
I agree with that ranking.
Man, I'm going to have to go with, we'll keep England's Newest Cover Band at the bottom, but then I'll go 12 by 5 Now, Decembers, and Out of Our Heads.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the other reason why I had the album so low is I feel like the best songs on my top 3, I think, outshadow the worst songs on December's Children.
Mm.
So that's why I think the album's low too.
Stay in tune, everybody, because we're reviewing Aftermath by the Rolling Stones, episode 6. Stay in tune for that, because I'm very hyped to talk about that album. It's the first album with all originals on it, so
no
more cover songs for a little bit.
All right.
Anything you guys want to say or add before we close out for today?
If you're gonna come at me with pitchforks because I had kind of a hot take, well, get off my cloud.
As tears go by.
As Scott would famously say on his channel, music is art and art is expression, which makes music expression. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. So long.